why the Jomon people didn't own land, a spiritual culture in harmony with nature. Welcome to Nippon Tribe. Today we explore the spiritual world of the Jomon people, the ancient inhabitants of the Japanese archipelago. Let me ask you, who owns the land? In modern times, we assume land can be bought, sold, and owned. But the Jomon people believed otherwise. The Ainu, an indigenous people of Japan, have a saying, rivers, mountains, and land belong to the gods. Humans cannot claim ownership. This worldview reflects the spiritual legacy of the Jomon people, a society rooted in animism, where everything in nature was considered sacred. Across the world, once pottery was invented, most ancient cultures transitioned to farming. Farming led to land ownership, social classes, and eventually cities and empires. But the Jomon people followed a different path. Even after inventing pottery, they remained hunter-gatherers for nearly 10,000 years. Why didn't they embrace agriculture? Because the Jomon lived by a deep philosophy to coexist with nature. To them, nature was divine. It wasn't something to control or exploit. It was something to respect and harmonize with. They took only what they needed, shared resources, and avoided creating hierarchies. It wasn't a lack of knowledge. It was a deliberate choice rooted in spirituality. Myths from around the world, a warning against materialism. Interestingly, myths from all over the world share a similar theme. When humans become too greedy or materialistic, divine punishment follows. The Great Flood in the Bible, the sinking of Atlantis, Hopi prophecies of destruction. These stories warn us against disconnecting from nature and worshiping material wealth. In this light, the Jomon people may have been a rare exception, a culture that consciously chose not to walk that path. Their rejection of agriculture wasn't regression, it was a spiritual resistance to material domination. They offer us a powerful reminder. There is another way to live, one that honors balance, not control. Jomon pottery is among the most intricate and artistic in prehistoric history. The swirling patterns and raised designs are not random. They carry symbolic meaning. Serpent-like patterns often appear, the snake being a symbol of life, death, and rebirth. Some pottery resembles the male phallus, others resemble the female womb. These shapes suggest a reverence for fertility and regeneration. The pot itself was a sacred vessel, possibly representing the cycle of life. In some cases, infants were buried in pots. This act suggests that death was seen not as an end, but as a return to the womb, a journey toward rebirth. Living with the dead, a different view of death. Many Jomon villages placed burial grounds at the center of their community. This shows they didn't fear the dead, they lived with them. To the Jomon people, ancestors were not gone. They were always near. Funerals were not farewells, but celebrations of reunion and gratitude. Today, modern societies tend to hide death and separate it from daily life. But the Jomon accepted death as part of life, an ever-present link between the living and those who came before. Family beyond blood, the shared grave. Jomon people did not marry within their own village. They formed bonds with other villages, creating strong inter-village networks. One fascinating custom was the shared grave. When villages merged, they gathered the bones of their ancestors and buried them together. This ritual symbolized the formation of a new family, one that transcended blood ties. Ownership was replaced by sharing. Exclusion was replaced by inclusion. The Jomon society was built on the idea of mutual respect and coexistence. a model for a cooperative society. We tend to equate civilization with progress, but the Jomon lived in peace for over 10,000 years, without war or centralized rule. At the Ivory Shell Mound site, archaeologists found the remains of a young man with severe physical disabilities. Yet he had lived to adulthood. This suggests he was cared for by the whole village, not just his family. Far from being primitive, the Jomon people may have created a model society, one where no one was left behind and everyone had a place. Conclusion, a message for the modern world today. We face loneliness, inequality, and environmental collapse. But perhaps the answer lies in the wisdom of the Jomon people. Living with nature, respecting life, sharing, not owning. Their ancient spirituality offers us a vision of a more compassionate future. May this story inspire us to remember, progress isn't just about technology. It's about harmony, kindness, and the values we choose to live by. Thank you for watching. At Nippon Tribe, we explore the deep roots of Japanese culture and its timeless wisdom. Please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts.